Hey guys, welcome to Everything Kayak and Bicycles YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a walkthrough on the Old Town Bigwater 132. But before we get started, let's talk about the specs. This kayak comes in at 13 feet 2 inches long and 36 inches wide with a 500-pound weight capacity and has a fitted hull weight of 122 pounds. Now, that fitted hull weight includes the drive and the seat. When you remove the seat and the drive, it comes in at 95 pounds, making it a little bit more manageable when loading and unloading. Now let's talk about some of the features. Starting at the bow, you're going to see the molded in handle, which is great for transportation and or tying the boat down inside your vehicle. Now we're going to talk about the first dry hatch. Now when we say dry, understand kayaks do sweat, and so if you have something you're worried about getting wet, you're going to probably still want to put it in a dry bag. So if you see a little condensation, don't freak out. It's pretty common when we start talking about kayaks. Now if you see water pooling, then you might want to investigate. But this is going to be our first dry hatch, and again, it is oversized. You can even fit a large sleeping bag in there if you choose to. Now, the first features we're going to talk about is the accessory points and mounting points. Okay, you'll notice that there's actually little guide wires here, which will allow you to go ahead and put your fish finder and depth finder and head units up front if you so choose to, because this is universally ready for fish finders with a transducer underneath the boat, which is where we're going to talk about right in front of the drive. You'll notice there's going to be here. And that hole allows those transducer wires to run straight down to the bottom where that universal transducer mount is going to sit, and for you to be able to easily access it and easily mount it. Now we're going to talk about the drive. So this is the patent pending PDL drive system, and before I lift it up, if you'll notice inside the deck area where we have EVA foam, it's a very clean and smooth surface mount, right? This allows for a deep gunnels for you to put your fish in there to work with your rod and reels, or just have a nice standing platform when you're standing up in sight casting. Now when we talk about the PDL drive, you'll notice, and this is very unique to Old Town, is it has a very unique hinge system here and mounting spot for the drive when not in use, right? So once we bring this drive up, it's going to have a clip right here that easily mounts and keeps it kind of clean and free of the deck area. Now inside the drive, you'll notice there's a little storage area, okay? And this storage area is great for putting your tackle and or your snacks, as I like to put in there, because when we start talking about pedal drive systems, we're no longer talking about gallons per mile, we're talking about calories per mile, right? So to keep you on the water all day and keep you moving, you can have a nice place to put your snacks or your tackle. Now, as I close this, I'll drop this back down in place. And you'll notice that we have a lock right here below the seat, which keeps the drive from kicking up water. Now you'll also notice two accessory mounts here. Okay, these accessory mounts allow you to add rod holders or any other accessories that you may need, beverage holders, adult or regular, whatever you choose. And if you'll notice, they're actually screwed in, and this allows, as you put your accessories on here, if you decide that, hey, I've put the wrong accessory on here, I've put it in the wrong spot, and I've drilled too many holes, instead of worrying about having holes in the boat, you just remove these and you replace them real easily, and allows you to keep adding and modifying your kayak through the years. Now, the first rod holder we're going to have up here is for your forward rod holder. This is going to allow you to store your rod for either a tie and tackle or replacing bait, and or if you're bottom dropping or soaking bait. So it's nice, clean, and out of the way. You'll also notice in the front area that we have 4 drain plugs, or scupper holes as they call them. And in those scupper holes, that's going to allow water to come in and water to go back out. You should not really have water coming up through it unless you're over the weight capacity or taking on heavy seas. And if you take it on heavy seas, you definitely want them open anyway, because that's going to allow on the seat. To help people with different lengths of legs or different size statures, you're going to notice this seat travels on a track system, right? And it has little pegs in here that lock it in place. And that's going to allow you to fit yourself to the drive and make sure that you have a comfortable fit. Now, moving to the side of the boat, on the right-hand side right here, you'll notice you'll have your rudder deployment system. That's going to allow you from inside the boat to deploy your rudder. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to actually have your rudder control, which will allow you to turn and steer the. Drop that in place right there. Now, behind here, if you're running any batteries or anything, you'll have an extra storage spot that you can put a battery underneath your seat if you need to, or just have access to the boat, especially if you put something up front and it rolls to the back. You'll also notice you're going to have 2 trolling tube rod holders behind you, or stagers behind you. That will allow you for trolling or just transporting rod and reels. You're also going to notice a very deep, large tank well in the back with an easy access bungee for securing either fishing poles or additional fishing rods back here, coolers, and or live bait tanks if you're offshore fishing. And you're also going to have 2 additional track mounts, especially if you're trying to put trolling tubes behind you or additional stagers. Again, guys, we appreciate you guys joining us at Everything Kayak and Bicycles YouTube channel. If you have any questions, please feel free to hit us up, 228-865-1000. Otherwise, you can hit us up at www.everythingkayak.com, or you can visit us in Gulfport, Mississippi. Again, thanks for visiting. Happy paddling.